All right. Here we are again at Commsverse TV. This time we don't have that pesky Steve Dalby with us, so that means we are gonna make it fun. No. So not at all. Not at all.
Oh,
No. We love the guy. We know that. So Steve couldn't be there with us, but we have something even better. We have Fabien with us from Roger365.io. And of course, dear watcher, listener, viewer, whatever you are, welcome to Commsverse TV. We are, of course, talking about Commsverse. That is happening in a few days, 26th and 27th of June, at Mercedes World in Weybridge, somewhere
Weybridge.
UK-ish,
Weybridge.
which is an amazing location. Fabien, you've been there a few times already. We were just talking. It is what is the coolest thing about the whole location? For me, it's the Formula One car that is just like deconstructed. I think that is the coolest thing that is there. What do you think is the coolest?
The thing I was thinking about is actually a very short story. A couple of weeks ago, I met somebody that I didn't see for 20 years, 25 years actually. And she is from England and from London. And anyway, we were talking, and I said, "Where do you live?" And she said, "Nowadays I live in Weybridge." I said, "No way." So
All right.
more or less, that's somebody you don't see for 25 years, and then they live in Weybridge. And basically, when I'm going to Commsverse, I'm gonna visit her and the family as well. So, but of course, the Mercedes-Benz world, driving that's the cool stuff. But this just popped in my mind. I completely forgot about it. But so, what's the coolest
That's
Weybridge?
even
An old
better.
friend.
That's an
seeing
even
old
better
friends
story.
back.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So have you? So you've been there before? How many times have you been there at Commsverse?
This is the third time we'll go with Roger365.
As a
I believe
sponsor.
Yes. So we always been as a sponsor, and for us it's a very good opportunity to to do a couple of things, right? To meet a couple of people, let's say the people that are have the knowledge, the skills, ideas, or have the interesting conversations. At the same time, for us as a software vendor with providing an AI-powered omni-channel contact center solution for Microsoft Teams. It's also a good opportunity for us to get in touch with, let's say, new prospects, new customers, new partners, and all in the same area, and with a very good vibe, with a good organization, and we love to go there. As I said, the third time in a row now.
Yeah. Will you have time to drive one of the cars around the circuit?
I did it 2 years ago, and that was for me enough. That was one time.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
That's a lot of fun. Yeah.
It is, but for me, a roller coaster, for example, I'm completely fine. But driving with somebody, spinning and whatever, that was not my cup of tea. Let me put it this way.
Gotcha. All right. So before we dive into who you are and what Roger365 is, of course, so we know you're coming to the event, and as an attendee, I always want to know what's in it for me. So I'm guessing you're going to be there with a team or with a few people. You will have the stand. Can I also see what you're get a glimpse of the solution?
Yes, of course. So we have indeed a stand, stand 34. So if you go over the bridge, let's say after the registration, directly on your left hand. And what we do is, of course, we have a big screen, and we have where we have a presentation, but we can also do live demos of our product and show what you can do, what the benefits are, what you can work with in the best way, and yeah, with our install base or our existing customers, we set up meetings to to discuss, get feedback, and but of course looking forward to find new prospects and new partners to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
But I
Go
but I
ahead,
do
Anouck,
think
sorry.
Marijn is more interesting in what swag you will give because he's totally into swag.
Oh no. Every conference I always do my little swag tour. So I try to get a big bag and see what all the cool stuff is that everyone's bringing.
Well, you're in luck then, because if you scan the QR code on our desk and then you follow our LinkedIn page, our company LinkedIn page, we can give the people the very famous Tony Chocolonely candy bars, chocolate bars. So and we have a couple of different tastes. This is white strawberry or just a regular one or so with some interesting taste. So
So
feel free, Marijn, to come, and
actually,
Anouck, of course. Yeah,
Marijn is double lucky because I know he's a fan of chocolate.
I
really.
am.
And
I am.
swag is chocolate.
Absolutely. And me being a Belgian guy, I know we've got our chocolate, but I have to say, whenever I see that Tony Chocolonely in the store, it yeah,
It appeals. Yeah, yeah,
it
and it's
appeals.
a good
Yes.
story as well. It really is a good story of the
Yeah.
company. It's very
Mhm.
I say fair trade and a very smart way how they do business and make sure that nobody is paying the bill somewhere along the way. So and
Exactly.
that's
Yes.
it, it's very nice. But indeed, to be honest, in Belgium, you have some great chocolate too. So I would
Oh
say,
no, we do. Absolutely. But to be honest, we will be going to the UK, and the UK is not very well known for their cuisine, let's
yeah,
say. But
I didn't say that.
at least we could get some decent dessert. So that's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So nice, cool. All right, Fabien, we have you on the show. Who are you? What do you do? How did you get into this whole Microsoft 365 story? And what do you do? Are you like one of the first people in the company? Are you what's your role within the company? What do you do?
Yeah. So I'm a business developer manager working at Roger365.io, and we are a Dutch independent software vendor focusing 100% on the, let's say, the Microsoft Teams ecosystem. Um, and what we have built the last, and we of course continuously improve that platform. But let's say we launched our platform around 2020, and our platform adds contact center functionality into Microsoft Teams. And we do that in such a way that you can fully use, let's say, all the benefits from Microsoft Teams. So it's native into Teams. It adds a lot of possibilities for the empowerment for the agent. Improve, and in that way, of course, improve customer experience as well. It gives you supervisor reporting insights and a lot of automation possibilities. And nowadays, everybody, of course, talks about AI. And our platform is adding, let's say, AI capabilities into Microsoft or into your contact center as well. And I'm not, I'm more or less employee number one or two, depends how you look at it. So I'm there from the beginning, and my responsibility, generally speaking, is all the sales and commercial activities that we do.
Yeah. All right. So how big is the team?
We're about 10 plus right now,
All
and
right.
the thing is that our business model works that we are 100% partner to partner approach. We do a 100% partner to partner approach. So that means that of course we are in contact sometimes with directly with customers, but basically it means that the partner always gets the business, and the partner can sell our solution, but we made the platform in such a way that it's very extendable, so the partners can sell, of course, the services, consultancy, increasing the average purchase value, but also give the possibility to integrate in business processes, to add web technology or logic apps or whatever you like to completely fulfill the use case for the customer. So um, we as a company are, let's say, 100% focusing on providing the services to our partners, and that's our model, right? And the partner is then the each partner itself brings along their own support, sales, marketing, and stuff. So it's sort of acceleration, and that's why we can be very agile. I think that's a good way to say it as a company. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's the size and how we do business.
All right, cool. So do you kind of white label your product so that I, as a partner, can sell it as a Marijn 365, or is it still called Roger 365?
If you make that short, Marijn 365, it's M365. I don't think
I
Microsoft will
know,
like
I
that.
know.
Yeah. No. There's no white labeling. We
No.
do work with distributors, resellers, and then customers.
Yeah.
But it's not white labeled. No, that's not in this case
Yeah.
possible.
Okay, cool.
So
And
you
how is
actually-
your? Oh, sorry, Anouck. Go ahead. Sorry.
you are actually integrating different Microsoft 365 tools together in one platform, or can just your customers extend it themselves if they want to have logic apps and power apps involved in it?
Yeah, exactly. So we have, let's say, our omni-channel contact center platform, and with all the certifications that Microsoft requires, so based on the Extend model, but also the Microsoft 365 security certification. We offer, of course, loads of features like agent supervisor reporting and all that kind of stuff. But then, of course, the next step is most of the time, okay, how I streamline my communication now into Teams, but how can I benefit more from getting all this communication to Teams? Well, by integrating into business processes, and that's where the customer or the partner comes around and says, okay, I have this flow, I have this, so I can now integrate, building my own logic apps or building my own using Azure OpenAI or whatever integration with Roger 365 to get this, to fulfill the complete use case.
Okay,
Yeah, that makes sense. So you can connect it to, let's say, some backend system, so that a contact center employee can also directly from the question get into the backend system and get all the relevant information.
Yeah, think about. I mean, there are a couple of things, right? Especially if you think about AI. AI can be used, for example, to make decisions where a call has to go, which queue, for example. So there's a difference if I make a phone call and say I want to buy a mouse or my mouse is broken, maybe because the one is support, right, and the other one is sales. AI can help there to make that decision, but also afterwards, AI can recap the conversation and store that as a knowledge base article or in CRM, in Salesforce, Dynamics, wherever you want. And the beauty is that, let's say, especially in help desk and contact center environments, the employee chains are relatively high. So there's a lot of new people coming in.
Yeah.
So you can use that information more or less automatically if there's a new employee working and they get a call with similar questions or a chat or whatever, with a question that was already answered, automatically this new employee can be feeded. Is that feeded? I don't know. Anyway, can get the information they need. So their learning curve is also pretty quick. So it's the knife cuts on all ends, both ends. So it's customer experience, employee experience, and then of course the data is always centralized and safe wherever you want.
Yeah. So does that mean that every contact center employee needs to buy an extra Copilot license, or do you like use the ChatGPT and integrate that into your own system?
We use Azure OpenAI.
Okay.
So it's of course Copilot is it all gets under the same name Copilot, but technology-wise, it's something else, right? So we, with our Flow engine, we can integrate with Azure OpenAI and that do things right and get response back and do something with that data again. Think about translations, right? We have a
Mhm.
native WhatsApp integration. If
Oh,
you
okay.
have are in help desk, for example, or web chat, and somebody chats in French, and but the agent doesn't speak French, only speak English. So then it can be translated to English, and the agent chats English, and it translates back to French, right? For example, things like that
Yeah,
is what.
that is super helpful as well. Because, well, yeah, especially if you're a bigger company, you don't always have all the capacity to have people speaking all the languages. So
Yeah,
awesome.
exactly.
Yeah,
Not only for the
that's great.
companies, also for the people chatting with them, that they can have an answer in their own language is much nicer than they need to translate it themselves.
Yeah, for example, yeah, exactly, and
Yeah,
and you can standardize and so there's a lot of AI is the buzzword right nowadays, but you see that the first step I would say is getting, let's say, upgrade your teams as a platform approach, adding contact center functionality, adding WhatsApp communication, web chat communication, of course, voice. Don't forget the voice one. Maybe text-based messaging, SMS. Then you get the business process optimization, and part of that is AI, adding AI on top of it, and that's also maybe. I'm just thinking of that at Commsverse, very interesting conversation we can have with customers and resellers. Okay, when does it make sense to use AI? Because let's be honest, it's a big buzzword. Everybody's pushing, or everybody, Microsoft
yeah,
is pushing it a lot.
yeah,
Uh, but you need to have a project. You need to have a use case to
yeah.
make the investment as a business. Otherwise, it makes no sense. It will not fly.
Exactly. I was reading a golf magazine earlier today, and the Callaway, which is one of the producers of golf stuff, they said we've got our new range of clubs, and they're AI something something. And then I was like, how is a golf club AI? So
Yeah,
what they
yeah, yeah,
actually
yeah.
did was they analyzed 250,000 swings, and the AI made the best thing out of it. So
Right.
that's
Yeah.
just big data processing. So that's not really AI. I mean,
No, no, that we
but
could do
what
that
you guys
10 years
are
ago.
no, exactly. So that's just a buzzword. But what you're doing, like the automatic translations, creating the knowledge articles, um, just feeding the right content to the right
Mhm.
people. I mean, that is a proper win for an organization.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah. So
That,
that's
that's all.
definitely a
That's
way
why.
to
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, well, they can increase sales because the right things go to the right salespeople. They can fix problems much faster, so customers are happier. Their costs can go down. That's amazing. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
Increase knowledgements, productivity. There are a lot of
yeah,
functions that are going to increase with a tool like this. Yes.
yeah. Correct.
absolutely. Yeah. So do you have any numbers by any chance about what's the how do you call that in English? The amount of time it needs to pay back the money that it costs.
Um, yes and no. Of course, it more or less what comes around then is what we call our forward-thinking pricing model.
Mhm.
Traditionally, um, contact center solutions are focusing on the user per user model, and it takes for some a lot of time to be able to onboard a contact center solution. For us, it's literally 10 minutes, and you're up and running. Um, and we have also a different pricing approach. We don't charge per user. We charge, and if people are interested, we can of course have that discussion at our booth. But we have a per queue pricing model, because we say, hey, if it's per user, that's old school. Per user pricing model is old school because nowadays everybody is a digital, I say, citizen, right? So why should I,
Mhm.
as a company, decide because of price that you, Marijn, are allowed to use contact center functionality, AI functionality, and Anouck is not, because of it saves me money, right? So, but anyway, so with the forward sync price, I'm pretty sure, including then of course the AI, then within a couple of weeks you already start to get your return on investment very, very quick. Of course, it depends on how far you want to go and how far you want to do that, but we see the results that people get, very, very fast results, because of our pricing point is very interesting, and adding the features and the benefits can be done very, very quickly. So you have, within a couple of weeks, the benefits, and then it's just added to the return on investment.
Nice. All right, cool. So we were talking about knowledge base articles. So does your solution also have an integrated knowledge base thing, or does this connect to something that we have?
Yeah, well, we have integrations, but with CRMs like Salesforce Dynamics, so the usual suspects. But those are used, let's say, for identification and getting the knowledge, presenting the data to the agents, and a little bit more than that. But I say that to get the 360-degree customer view for the agent that picks up the call or answers the WhatsApp. If you want to, let's say, add, of course, we can trigger an AI to recap stuff or to create a knowledge base article, but that is really semi-customization, right? So think about, we push something, and then something it's the recap or the knowledge base article is written and then created. So probably it means logic app experience needs maybe here and there some customization, but we ourselves don't have a native CRM integration for that.
No, you look at partners to handle all these things.
Exactly. That's for partners, again, an interesting business model, because it gives them the possibility to add more services towards the customer, and do continuous improvement projects to constantly improve and get the ROI even better than before.
Yeah. Okay. So who are a few of these partners? I don't know if you can talk about them.
Yeah, of course. Well, I think the best example I can give is Commsverse Technology. Commsverse Technology is actually also at Commsverse.
Nice. Okay.
And they have an interesting platform called C360 and Roger365, all those numbers, CC360, 365. It's part of their offering, and their offering is a sort of 100% easy way to not only have contact center, but also recording, advanced stuff, etc., in one big shop. Online shop, let's say, and they are let's say distributor in the UK, but also think about, if you look in, let's say, a little bit over Europe or worldwide, because we have resellers and distributors all over the world. For example, Gamma is one of our important distributors in Belgium. Because I know you're from Belgium, maybe Hansen says something. Hansen's in Roeselare they're based, but also ASC in Ghent, I believe.
Yeah.
So we have a couple of, and in the Netherlands, of course, our home base. We have Interstellar, we have Axians, VTM, and it keeps on going.
Yeah. Commsverse is also one of the companies we will be speaking with.
Lost
the conference.
you there for a second.
Oh, they also okay, cool. They say hello. Their stand, their booth is right front, opposite of us, and they have a speaker slot as well about their C360 platform. So
yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, so how did you come up with the name Roger365?
Well, we used to be part of a Microsoft MSP in Holland called Ask Roger. And when they started developing the platform, 5 years ago, they had to come up with a name. They had a name, but that name was already used. And then then they thought, okay, let's take Roger 365. Also because everybody's using 365, right? So like Microsoft 365 and whatever. So that's basically where it comes from. Actually, we are, what is it, 2020? We were standing on our own 2 feet, right? So we sort of split from the company, and that company then was bought by another company. Anyway, long story short, that's where Roger comes from, and basically it's communication, right? So if I say Anouck over Roger, Victor, something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I think that kind of makes sense. That's cool. Okay, yeah. How many people ask that? Like, where does the name come from? Maybe the owner's name is Roger or something like that.
Yeah, well, yeah. So the first 2 owners, one was Rob and the other was Ger. So Rob, Roger, and then it really fit into the communication side of it. I know, but that's maybe not for Commsverse television. I know it also can mean something else in English than communication confirmation. Let me put it this way, but that's where Roger comes from. But indeed, it's a combination of the 2 names, first names of the first
Gotcha.
of the Ask Roger company, which then eventually changed everything.
Oh, nice. Okay. Cool. I think I've got so much information. Anouck, do you have anything to add here?
No, the only question I was having was also the name, but you were just in front of me, so.
Nice.
We hear it more. We hear it often. I get this question once a month or something. So it's and people always, the good thing is people don't forget, right? So if once you heard it, then you never forget it. So and that's I think the best thing you have, right? If you have a name, then people don't forget you. And with providing good good software and valuable software for contact center solutions for the team's community, let's say. It really fits. So the name fits, and
nice. Yeah. All right. So right next to the registration booth, if you cross the little bridge, we will find you and your team and the chocolate.
And don't forget the chocolate.
Showing all the cool stuff that you guys are building. Cool. I am looking forward to that. Not just the chocolate, but also just meeting you and meeting the team and seeing the solution. Because I think what you've been describing sounds super valuable. I think a lot of people will be looking at the stand and will be talking to you. This was the 3rd time that you're coming, so that means that the first 2 times were very useful for you as a company. You got lots of good contacts, new customers, new prospects, partners.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm not mistaken, but maybe is that the first time was what is it, 2021? Was it that also the first time? So is it the 3rd time, or was it before also? Because but anyway, we are 3 times now in a row, and indeed, if it's not successful or if it doesn't bring us anything, let's be honest, then you don't come back, right? So
exactly. Yeah.
For us, it's a combination of knowledge sharing, conversations, a little bit of fun, and a little bit more fun.
To answer your question, I received an email of Commsverse today, and they were founded in 2019. So 2021 wasn't the first time.
No, but they
yeah,
they were
this
online, COVID online stuff, and then the first
Yeah.
physical event, I think. But
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll figure it out when we're there. We ask Mark.
Exactly.
Yes,
Sorry,
we
Mark.
will.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No. All right, cool. That was very, very cool. I'm looking forward to meeting you guys in a few weeks' time.
Yes.
That's it from us. Let's hit the outro. Thank you, Fabien.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Ciao.
Ciao.